Pnut, San Jose, California. I like no beer, man. We do whiskey, moonshine, rum, some vodka, maybe some tequila. We do the liquor, man. We do the hard alcohol, you know what I mean? There's one time I went to go eat like dinner at a Red Robin, and we got seated, my friend and I, we got seated, and you know, the waiter or waitress, whatever it was, came up to us and said, hey, can we get you any drinks? Blah, blah, blah. Let me get 2 waters, you know what I mean? I wasn't drinking alcohol at this time, at this meal, you know what I mean? And then a different waiter comes up like 2 minutes later, and he was like, hey, have you been helped? He was very adamant that we needed service. And I was like, nah, dude, we already got, you know, our juices coming, water's coming. We already placed our order and everything. And then like, he just kind of stares at me, and I was like, yeah, like we got our stuff ordered. And he was just like, where do you work? And I was like, what? He's like, where do you work? So I told him where I worked at. He was like, no, you don't. And I was like, how you gonna tell me where I work, dude? Like, I don't even know you. And he was like, nah, you don't work there because, and he took like a little pause, and I'm just staring at him. My friend's looking at him like, what the fuck's going on? And he was like, cause I seen you on YouTube. And I was like, how you doing, man? My name's Pnut. And then again, he pauses, looks at me again. He's like, no, you're not. I was like, how you gonna tell me, I just told you who I am, like based off my battle on YouTube? And he was like, nah, you're not him. And I was like, all right, so this is kind of awkward. So then we talk for a little bit, and then it comes down to like, I'm getting like the 20 questions from him, like, yo, which car is yours outside? And why are you still not in New York from when you battled DNA? I thought you lived in New York. As to where do you live in San Jose? And can you sign the back of my receipt? No joke, I had to sign his receipt with my signature that he probably won't make out because he doesn't know my real name. So it was weird. It turned into, if you ever come to this Red Robin again, I'll hook you up with free appetizers and all this other comp stuff. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it worked. However, it was a little weird, a little overwhelming. Moonshine, yo. I was in Tennessee a couple years ago. This shit was crazy because I was watching like the Moonshiner show with like, you know, like Jim Tom and all them fools. And it was like, yo, I went to Tennessee, and then I went to Nashville. I didn't go to the Jack Daniels distillery, which was kind of disappointing because I really wanted to. However, I took like a 3-hour drive to Gatlinburg, where the Moonshine distilleries were. So it was in the tourist area. So there was the Old Smoky Moonshine, Sugarland Shine, Baby Crockett Shine, and they just pass out free samples all day, man. So like at this point, I probably had about 55 different samples of moonshine throughout the day, and they give you like a shot worth all the time. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have drank moonshine. Like, of course some of it's cut, you know what I'm saying, because they have to sell it in the stores. But that can lead to a very, very interesting night when you're in a state where you've never been to, and a lot of racial tensions out there. It was very interesting, man. It's like, I don't know. Have you ever been to Tennessee? No. It's either, like what I noticed, you were either black or you were white. There wasn't really any Mexicans in Tennessee. There wasn't really any Asians. You know, there wasn't really any like interracial things. So like, I'm just walking around. I'm walking around the streets by myself at this point because my friend who I went with is drunk and throwing up in the hotel. So I leave them there and just go to like another bar after all the moonshine drinking. And it's just like, you're just getting stared at because it's kind of like, what is that thing with dots on its face and why is it in my area? So, I mean, I didn't get faded. However, drinking in Tennessee is a very interesting experience if you've never done it, regardless what color you are. And I think if people do it, they'll appreciate moonshine a little more. I know people like beer, I know people like all that other stuff, but yo, like whether it be corn whiskey or not, drink some of that shit, man. White lightning.